You just can't tell a book by its cover. All of us are plagued by different kinds of prejudices. It looks as though we're on the premises of some eccentric, snobbish millionaire who probably is surrounded by servants and never lifts a finger to do anything. But if we would just take the time to get the facts about this individual, we'd find that he's no snob at all, and that through his hard work and dedication to his craft, this soft-spoken young man has been honored by being chosen as the first artist in residence in the Clearwater, Florida area. You're now in the home and studio of Roger L. Bensimer, an abstract, expressionist artist whose etchings and paintings have earned him extensive recognition throughout the state of Florida and the southeastern United States. A reviewer for the New York Newsday highly praised Bensimer's work by stating that it's full of emotional release, but tempered by values which give coherence to both style and imagery. His paintings hang in such collections as the Universal House of Justice in Haifa, Israel, the Sperry Rand Corporation in New York and in Clearwater, and the Gulf Coast Art Center in Bel Air. Roger will now explain the tedious process of etching and will share with us his innermost feelings about his art.
The process in making etchings is the same as it was hundreds of years ago. Basically, the drawing is made on a copper or zinc plate, and the lines are etched deep into the metal by use of nitric acid. It's a very slow and meticulous process. Many steps are involved, but I like the process. It gives me a change of pace from painting in the large and free manner I'm accustomed to working. Each print takes quite some time to do, as every print has to be inked one at a time. This press is probably 75 years old, but it's the same as the one built today and the same as the ones used during Rembrandt's time. Each print is signed and numbered, and I usually pull about 15 to 25 prints, and then the plate is destroyed so no other prints will be made. I like to try and be as versatile as I can, and right now I'm starting to illustrate a children's book about the Baha'i faith. I have several projects and dreams always going on in my head. I have the notion that nothing is impossible if there is enough enthusiasm. I've always been bothered by the mere physical limitations of painting. And right now, one of my dreams is to create a painting within a 25 to 30-foot sphere in which the spectator sits inside a globe at the base and is literally surrounded by a painting with no beginning and no end. The viewer would be inside a painting. It would be a complete and total visual experience, and I believe it would be a very meditative sort of work, expressive of the oneness of the universe. Right now, this is a dream, and it would be a mammoth project, but that doesn't seem to frighten me. I enjoy working small, like on these etchings, but larger paintings give me a better chance to be myself. This painting here is going to end up as a 30-foot mural in the downtown area of Clearwater. This is part of the project I'm doing as artist in residence. We generally think of murals as depicting something in real life, perhaps a story type of thing dealing with history, or leaning towards the graphic concept with hard lines. But I've decided to give the city something a little different. What I've proposed to do is literally reproduce one of my paintings on a grand scale. We are so accustomed to seeing paintings hanging on walls in museums, but this tends to change that concept around because the wall becomes very secondary and almost incidental to the painting. A painting of this size will change the whole visual environment of the area. This is the reason for the mural. It reaches and touches people every day. Painting is a personal thing, just like my religion, the Baha'i faith. My paintings are a diary of expressions. How much you get from them depends on how much one is willing to open up to them. You have to bring your own emotions to the work before you will get an experience back out of it. Most of us are brought up thinking that artists must portray a physical reality, yet all music is abstract. Art can bring a new experience to people that is not from the physical world. The painting and the mural are, for one thing, a self-portrait, which becomes a mirror for the viewer in which he looks at me and sees himself. A mirror in which the reflection becomes one's own thoughts. Abstract painting may be a little hard to understand because it cannot easily be compared to immediate life around us without some effort. So it becomes a reflective medium and one that has to be learned. This is the back door of my house. I wanted something a little different and unusual, and I couldn't find anything, so I decided to make my own door. I got 4 pieces of redwood, put them together, borrowed some chisels, made that design, and carved that all out by hand. My father was a big influence on my life, and he taught me a lot of the skills I know. This is one of the projects we worked on together. It's my 1931 Model A Roadster. It was in rough shape when we got it, all rusted, and we took it right down to the frame and restored it into the condition it is in now. It has about 20 coats of hand-rubbed lacquer on it. I've always been interested in antique automobiles. This and my Rolls-Royce remind me of rolling sculptures. One purpose of an artist is to take an object or idea and give us a fresh and different outlook on it. Here I've taken my means of transportation and transformed it into a rolling mural. It was done with airbrush and took about 80 hours to complete.
Roger is now taking us to the 50-foot-high building where he will reproduce his mural. He's overjoyed that the city of Clearwater cares enough about art to fund such a project as this. When completed, the mural will measure 30 feet in diameter and will be located right in the heart of the downtown area for all to see and appreciate.
We're in downtown Clearwater now at the proposed site of the mural. I've chosen this round shape for several reasons. One, it contrasts with these angular buildings that predominate this area. And secondly, it signifies oneness and unity, being the theme of this mural. It should take me about 5 days to complete, but if you be patient for a few minutes, I'll see what I can do with this blank wall. After all this, the mural is finally completed. I've called it the One Spirit, and generally it's an abstract of a landscape. Although some symbols go a little further in it, one being the white light near the center, which is represented in most of my work, and is an expression of some of my beliefs in the Baha'i faith, and that light is symbolic of the spiritual nature of man, the spirit of man. That being above, and giving it more importance to the physical sun, which is represented just below it. I've represented cloud formations in the upper half, but I've made them into angular shapes representative of our age of industry and science. So the cloud formations have a double meaning. that of being ethereal or spiritual in nature, and the other representing the physical realities. But if nothing else, it will give the general public a chance to see art in everyday surroundings, and perhaps give an insight into the function of art, to stimulate and move the imagination as a new experience from which to draw one's own conclusions.
That was quite a bit of work, and you made it look so easy. What do you do for relaxation and to get away from it all? Excuse me, Roger. Well, I guess the hot air I'm releasing from my mouth might be better put to use in one of those balloons. I hope you've enjoyed our visit with Roger L. Bensimer, a gifted artist and a most unique individual who uses his talents to express his belief that the earth is but one country and mankind its citizens. This is Gil Muro for Channel 13.